Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Randomized Building, where I'd like to thank you all so much for the support on the last episode specifically, but really just this series in general. I really appreciate just all of you watching it so much, and I have over 50 subscribers now, which is honestly insane. Like, that, oh, it's so amazing, and like, genuinely, just thank you all, like, so very much. I really do appreciate it and like love all of the support that this series is getting, and it has just motivated me to keep going with it, and I'm so glad that you all are loving it as much as you are. I really am. But with that, I'm gonna jump right into it. We're gonna start this episode off, and today I want to get out of the Nether. I dug a hole. That's terrifying. That was not like that before. Why? Why would someone dig this? That's so scary. Anyway, um, there's a hole now apparently that maybe I can fly into. Okay, yeah. Um, there's a hole now apparently in like the hole that I had originally. I don't really have a plan for that yet, so I didn't put anything there. But it's all right because apparently there's already something there. But today I want to spend a majority time in the overworld, and I want to spend my time. Oh, some dudes over there. I would spend my time doing some miscellaneous things in the overworld, and just getting some more goods that I'm going to need moving forward. So that is going to be more farm related bits. Also just being around in the overworld so that this farm and the iron farm can kind of produce is going to be good. Because while yes, of course, this thing is insane, um, of course we always want more iron. Everyone always wants more iron. You can never actually have too much. But the farms that I think I'm going to try for today are going to be definitely bees. I still have this Beeralis nest, which is actually just a beam nest, in my inventory from the last episode when I went out and got it. And I've been kind of just like collecting up beehives for quite a while. I don't know how many bees are in all of these nests, but I'm assuming that they all have a separate amount of bees in them. And at least I have two bees within the three. This chest is always so laggy. Oh, we got a phantom head. That's kind of cool. Um, Definitely wasn't for me because I sleep all the time. But yeah, I've got a couple of different bee nests that hopefully have at least like three bees. 15 is crazy. Nerf must have gone mining. At least have not three, but two bees in them. So I'd like to make a bee farm with the bees that I have. I would like to make a bone meal farm because the tree farm. What is this? Oh, this is the cobblestone. Oh, this is a stone generator. Okay, I see. So we get to stand here and mine stone if needed. Cool. Um, but the tree farm does not have very much bone meal in it. I've been stealing from it. It's actually all gone. I've been stealing from the tree farm, and it's actually there's actually none in there right now. So it's not really a working farm at the moment without the bone meal. I also think that I would like maybe a moss farm too, if I'm being honest. Like a moss farm could be pretty cool given like I know Ez really likes moss. There's some in the house. I know he really likes it, and it kind of ruins the land around it when you just try to get some. So I think that getting some through a farm would be a little bit better for us. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is build a little dome right out here for the bees and kind of keep a running total of, or get a total at least, of how many bees I have. I do have a bit of this white glass left over uh, from the pyramid. So let me just go ahead, build myself a little thing up here. Yes, I know I said dome. This isn't really a dome, but it's a little glass box for my bee nests. And I'm going to go ahead and try and trap the bees on leads so that I can move them outside of the bee area. I think the best way to do this is going to be through some fence gates and just kind of extending this area out here. So, and then just doing these so that none of the bees can get out. We kind of got one of these little air areas in here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some flowers so that the bees don't go in the back in their hive. They are attracted to me, and as well as a fence post, and see how many bees that these beehives that I have in them. So let me get my bees in a row, and I'll be back in a sec once I have all my bees. I've said the word bees a million times, and now I can't stop. Okay, the bee nests were very successful. I currently have 3 baby bees and then 6 grown-up bees, meaning that I have. I'm gonna block this out just in case so that none of them really see me. These should all stack except for one now. So you still have a bee in it. Come here. Give me the bee. But in a few minutes, these guys should all be ready to, like, oh gosh, they're kind of freaking out. Okay. Uh, that way that they are able, they're still freaking out. I'm just not gonna worry about it. Anywho, I want the bee out of here. Like, I want him to pop out of here and come with me. But, I have enough to fit 3 hives, which is almost what I want. I want I want to fill all 4 hives, like, preferably. And it's really just not happening. I don't know why this one's not. Oh, wait, I might. Yeah, it's because it's partially filled with honey. It's not filled with a bee. Okay, I understand. None of these bees are angry, right? They don't want me, right? It's partially filled with honey, which is not something I want. I want to be able to. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm kind of going on a tangent here and forgetting what I'm saying. I am going to build these bees a little area with a bit of a mechanism hooked up to their hives. There is enough to fill 3 out of the 4 hives. I will, in 5 minutes, breed them again to be able to fill up the 4th hive. And then I will hook up shears to one of them to get honeycomb blocks, and then honey bottles to the other 3. Or maybe I'll do 2 and 2. I might do 2 and 2. Yeah, because I've got 4. Like, why not? But one, now, I'm going to do it the way I thought I was going to do it. Because 1 shearing gives you 3, like, honeycomb, and then 1 bottle per, like, filled up hive, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and build this thing, probably over by the sheep, if I'm being honest. It'll probably be the best place for them. And then I will go ahead and put the bees in there so that they're all happy and they all have a home. So let's go ahead and get these bees into a farm. Here we go. Honey and honeycomb farm. Building, go. All right, I'm coming back real quick as a bit of an update. Oh my gosh. Okay. So earlier, okay, well that, okay, I'm a little bit, a little bit salty because early, you're getting the live reaction to all of this. Where did it go? Why it all gone? You might have known that my tree farm was here. It's obviously no longer here. Where did he put it? Okay, so I get a text this morning. I'm at a swim meet. Okay, I'm a swimmer. I do the swim. I'm at a meet. I'm not home. Not on my computer. Not able to be on the computer. And this was a very long meet today, so I was away for quite a while. And I get a Discord message from Nerf saying that he broke my tree farm. And I was not pleased. I was honestly more than anything confused. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he broke this one in the first place, but I fixed this one. And I was like, well, I'm not fixing the tree farm because that one was a lot harder to build. I don't know where it is now, and I am going to send him a panic. He is online, but I'm fairly certain he's AFK somewhere. Okay, so I just asked him where the entire tree farm went because it's all gone. And that really confuses me. I know he said he broke it, but by that I thought he meant he just kind of blew it up a little bit. Which I was like, is annoying, but you can fix, so like, not the biggest of deals. At least there's wood in here. But it is just all gone now. There is a stone farm, which is kind of cool. If we ever need stone. I guess there's this, so it is apparently full, so I definitely shouldn't have done that. Anywho, so that's full, and then Nerf messages me and goes, the bees blew up too. The bees were sitting here. Obviously there's more bees. He said you're welcome. Well, you see, the tree farm made me a little upset, but like easy fix. Those bees I'd been collecting for a while, so I was a little bit mad when he blew those up. I was a little bit upset. He got me a beehive as well, which is quite nice. I am happy about this beehive, but he has seemed to have replenished my bees, which is good. That was honestly the main thing I was upset about, was the bees. I really didn't want to have to go out and find more beehives and whatnot. But he did seem to have found bees. So I am going to plunk this one right here, right next to the other ones. Just continue on the farm with yet another beehive. So now instead of 12 bees, I'm going to need 3 times 5 is 15. Let's see how many he's got over here. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be so hard to count. 1, 2. Oh no, that made it worse. That made it so much worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I have 12. I can get up to 15 pretty easily with those bees. So, progress on the bee farm is not halted. It's actually okay. The bee farm is fine. The tree farm's gone, which I am still worried about. He has not texted, or he has not chatted back. I mean, this is gone. I'm genuinely very worried about what happened here. Like, where did he go? Did he just pack up my tree farm and delete the whole thing? Because that was definitely not necessary. He did move his boxes up the ceiling too, though. I am confused, to say the least. But we are going to, for the moment being, because I'm fairly certain we have enough wood to keep us by, to get us by for a little while. For the time being, I am just going to ignore that the tree farm is gone. I am going to pretend that, it was never there, and that nothing happened to it. But, I am going to just continue on with the bee farm as if none of this ever happened. Although it did happen, and I was really upset at my meet this morning. I was very, very not pleased by the fact that all of my bees were dead. The farm was an easy fix. The bees, I was not pleased with. But I am glad that I have these bees. That does make me quite happy, and I am very pleased about this. So we're just going to continue on with those bees and 15 hives and build ourselves a little farm here, as I was going to do before. With those bees, instead of the original ones who, when I say blew up, he said that they got blown up by a creeper. Yeah, those are scary. They're like not hard to kill, but like they're just lurking. Either way. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up this bee farm and again come back when it's done. Alright, I got all the bees in there and they look happy. Yeah, they okay, there we go. He's got some pollen now. They definitely look happy. I really enjoy this resource pack that I have that, makes it, like, this is another, Vanilla Tweaks resource pack that makes the, like, gauges in the honey go up visually so I can see how much honey is in each hive. That's very helpful. But yeah, I don't have these fully stocked with bottles at the moment, which, is alright. I can, like, look in them, and once they, like, fill up, you know, with, like, 5 of these bottles, or once I fill them all the way up, it will be a lot easier for me to be able to see how much honey this farm actually has. I filled 3 with honey, and then, or with bottles to get honey bottles, and then 1 with shears so that I can get the honey combs. Yeah, so now I have bees producing all sorts of things for me, which is really cool. Oh, looks like that one just went off. Ta-da! Another honey bottle. Cool. 6 honey bottles. I can already make a whole honey block, which is really fantastic, and I'm really happy about that. The next order of business is to talk about a box that I made myself in between episodes. I made myself a little valuables box, and it's got a ton of the valuables in it. A couple stacks of blocks of iron, gold, emerald, and redstone, as well as all of the netherite that I have, and the smithing templates, which is pretty snazzy. Um, the whole reason that I have this is because if I'm out and about and I need any of those things, I have them easily accessible. But there is an item in there that I do not have yet that I want. And it has to do with this with our skeleton skull. Oh, well, I just got the advancements for my first time, which is kind of crazy. But I am going to go ahead and head into the nether. And I'm going to get enough wither skeleton skulls to fight at least one wither. We are going to see how many skulls I can get without getting like completely just overwhelmed. And then from there, I'll decide how many withers I want to kill. Thus far, like, hopefully more than one, but if the drop rates are really, really terrible, then I will, only kill one. Like, if the drop rates are so bad, I will only kill, or get enough skulls to kill a wither, but if I'm doing pretty good and still kind of rocking and rolling through it, I'll try to get more than one wither worth of skulls, but we'll kind of see what happens. I'll fly down here, go over to the fortress, and come back with hopefully a ton of wither skeleton skulls. Alrighty, so work has been done to gather wither skeleton skulls, and now I have 6. I have enough for 2 withers, but the thing is, I only have 4 pieces of soul sand because I only want to spawn 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the other 3 in here. Yeah, that'll be where the other 3 go. And I'm gonna head over to the end to kill this wither. I'm just gonna do it under the portal. And I am keeping 3 skulls in order to eventually make a wither rose farm. Because wither roses are like the best thing for black dye. Legitimately, that's the only reason that I want to make it, is for the black dye. Because I don't want to have to kill a bazillion squids ever again. I know I was killing a ton when I was making... Oh, where am I going? When I was making my, my little sci-fi village. But now, I think that the best thing to do is going to be to kill Enderman with a wither somewhere in the end in order to make, wither roses. I can't think and fight the wither at the same time. Okay, that was way louder than it needed to be. I got a wither's head, a wither projectile's head, and a nether star. The nether star is what I wanted. So we're gonna go ahead and head back home. And I'm going to make a beacon. The whole reason that I wanted this beacon was so that I can use it in order to make... That's kind of cool, we've got all those. I'm just going to stick these in this chest, though. Is so that I can just have one on me. I just want to be able to have a beacon with me. I think I should have enough of this stuff, yeah. And there's 5 pieces of glass. Okay, a beacon. Ta-da! Okay, I'm going to go ahead and throw the beacon in my valuables box. Right there, like so. And I have enough stuff in here, like iron, gold, whatnot, in order to make a beacon base if I ever want to just be able to place one down anywhere. So that's really nice that I have that now. The next order of business is going to be a bone meal farm. Because that tree farm... Okay, I figured out what was happening with the tree farm. Nerf was going to rebuild, like, the whole thing. Because... when he busted it, he just decided to tear it all down and rebuild it, which I feel like is definitely not what needed to happen, but that's okay. If that's the path that he wanted to take, we let him live his life. Anyway, the tree farm, when it does end up being put back, is going to take a lot of bone meal. And we don't use the general mob farm that's over in that direction anymore, so bone meal is something that we aren't really getting very much of. The most bone meal that we're getting is, is from this farm. And even then, it's really a slow supply of it. The iron is the main supply, and I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, that's a ton of iron. But yeah, I'm going to need a source of bone meal. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and find a good bone meal tutorial, well, bone meal farm tutorial, and go with that in order to get ourselves some mass amounts of bone meal. So let me go ahead, do some research, and then I'll get a bone meal farm up and running. Alright, well, many things have happened since I last recorded. First of all, I tried to build a little farm over here for bone meal. This thing is not very efficient. It gets me kelp and then makes it into bone meal. As you can see, not very efficient. But then I built this monster over here. Ignore Nerf. He is rebuilding the tree farm that he broke. So this is kind of his own thing. It was his own doing. But I am so happy with this farm. This is a moss farm. And right now I'm using it for bone meal. It has a couple different settings on it. It has a setting that you can get flowering azalea and such, which I don't really know if I need that set. That was kind of just one that I built like first, but that's okay. So right now I'm using it for the composters to get bone meal, and this is working actually pretty well. It's obviously not working as well as a skeleton spawner would, but as far as everything is going, it's working pretty well. So yes, this basically solves our bone meal problems, because this farm, I fell down here. That's not good. Oh, I got it here. This farm feeds itself. So it's never going to actually run out of bone meal or anything, because it's actually creating its own fuel as it's going. And it's actually, I put 3 stacks in each dispenser, so you can see that it's already getting more and more stuff. And anything else is going to come over here and get turned into bone meal in these chests once it is filled up over here. I also have this nice little overflow chest that I can turn on to just be like a collection chest if I would like any of the materials. Like this gives me like moss carpet, seeds, and the flowering and regular azalea trees. It gives all of that. But yeah, I'm really happy with this farm. This was it looks like a really big farm, but in all honesty, it didn't take that long to build. It was fairly simple. This was a raised works farm, so obviously it works really well. But yeah, that is this farm all done, and I am really pleased that now we have an infinite source of bone meal, because that's gonna really just make everything so much easier with farming and such. And knock on wood, it's a very easy farm to operate, so hopefully nobody can break it. Literally this lever turns it on and off, so it's just off now. Like, hopefully it's idiot proof. Hopefully. 16 plus 7. 23 bone meal in that little time, you know, not amazing, but it's kind of a self-sufficient farm, so we can just kind of keep it running in the background while we're working out here and whatnot, which I probably will end up doing in the future when I make more farms. So that's really nice. With that bone meal farm all done, bone meal / moss farm all done, I am going to go ahead and end off the episode here for today. I think that the progress in this episode was really good in order to like help us in the future, because if we ever decided to do a build with moss or other farms that are going to need bone meal or anything with bees or anything, withers, you know, all of the things, we now have goods to make building easier in the future, which is always really helpful in order to just like help the flow of making all of this go. I would like to thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from this series, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!